Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the pre-market pulse scan for trading on Monday, December the 5th, 2016. All right, looking at the overnight markets, the Dow is currently up 79 points, and the NASDAQ is up 20 points after being down, trading all the way down to 4701 and a half. Excuse me. So basically had a nice little pullback here and now back in the positive territory. The question is going to be, excuse me, can this NASDAQ get back above 48, or is the top going to be in for a while here as the markets retrace a bit? Well, this whole referendum nonsense has blown over. Nothing happened. Uh, I know people were pressuring me to talk about it and do a video about it, but there was really nothing to talk about. You know, it's just more rumors and fear mongering and fear porn so that people can sell you more of their wares and claim to have inside information, and then when they're wrong and their predictions and their dates pass, you never hear anything else about it. They don't follow up and say, I got it wrong. They don't do that. They don't say, oh, by the way, we're going to stop selling the thing that we were selling during the so-called manufactured crisis so that we can make more money off you. No, they just create another crisis, another manufactured made up fear-mongering episode to draw your attention to that. So it's a never-ending parade of fear events where everything is catastrophic, everything is an emergency, everything's going to lead to a dollar collapse, everything's going to lead to a stock market collapse ad infinitum, ad nauseum. So let's stick with the facts. Yeah, we got the stock market up a little bit here, but the main concern, like I said, is going to be for the NASDAQ. Also, crude oil on the future side of things hit 52.40 in the overnight market. The US dollar hit 101.80, and the low is par 44. So as you can see, wide trading ranges in the dollar. It should be noted that it basically opened up at 101.55, only went to 80, and then collapsed to where it is now at par 59.5. All right, gold and silver looked like it was going to try to make a run. Gold hit a high of 1190.20, only to fall back to 1164, and right now we're at 1168.90. Silver opened at 1694, ran to 1705, and collapsed back down to 1654 half, and currently is at 1667 half. So where does this leave us? Where might things be headed today and for the rest of the week? That's a very good question. So let's take a look. We'll start off with our rally alerts. Do we have any rally alerts? And the answer is yes. We have a plethora of rally alerts to take note of. Gold has a rally alert, so we have to take a look at that. Also, we have a situation in gold where it's still in an overall downtrend that is locked in with negative momentum attached to it. So this rally alert that we have today, for the most part, will not play out in this trading session. Of course, anything can happen, but look at your post-wave price trigger versus where the market is, and you will have your answer. Moving down, on the equity side of things, Google has a rally alert. We have the UGLD. You're going to have to watch that. That one is not too far off. USLV is a little bit further off. Let's see, we have it in DGP, we have it in the bonds, the TMF. So the bonds may be finished going down for now. We have it in the FAS. The financial sector is looking to possibly take a hit. So take a look at that. That's not too far off. Those of you who like to play natural gas, look at GasX. JNUG, finally, JNUG has a rally alert. And it's not too far off either. So the only problem, though, is that this gold is pretty weak. So unless it can get a bounce. This one's not that far off either, though, so you gotta watch it. This is the time now to make sure you got tickets working in the J-Nug. This is the time you want to do that. Also, rally alert nugget, which is not far off. One that is problematic on here is hack. Hack has a rally alert. And there has been news going around the last week or so about more cybersecurity situations and hacks. And no one is immune to this. Even my, what do you call it, Netflix account got hacked. So it seems like hacking is the new thing now, and it is a real threat. Cyber security is a really big deal. Let's see, rally alerts in Facebook. The long bond, TLT. Netflix, just finished talking about Netflix. It has a rally alert. So that one's going to have to be looked at. It's in a state of flux. Long-term trend is bullish, but it's been in a retracement. All right, so is the retracement done? Is the rally alert going to play out? We'll have to look and see. Also, our other big national security ticker symbol other than hack that has joined the list to watch is water, ticker symbol PIO. Watching that one. Been watching that one for at least the last 6 years. Prices really haven't moved in the last 6 years. But it's a big deal. Because they do start to move, then we know that there are other crises we're going to need to address at some point. All right, looking at your volatility side of things, SVXY has a rally alert. And that's an interesting one because it's in a locked-in uptrend, okay, because it's moving with the stock market. But we have a swing trade alert in this one, and we have a 911. So this is very interesting. It's at a crossroads, and that could be telling us something as far as volatility and the direction of the overall stock market in the next couple of days, 3 to 5 days. It should be noted that these alerts are sometimes leading the market 3 to 5 days out. So just keep an eye on that. Remember that. Let's see. We have the NASDAQ, the TQQQ has a rally alert. Market is in an overall downtrend, but it's in retracement off of the downtrend. That's right. I did say that the TQQQ is in a downtrend, but it has been retracing off of that downtrend. Remember what I explained to you, that the algorithms, the whole makeup, the whole space of the algorithmic process is sometimes contrary to the overall markets themselves and any chart that you may be looking at in your charting software packages, regardless of what broker you're using. So as far as this is concerned, NASDAQ downtrend, but we've been in a retracement of the long-term downtrend. Very interesting what the algorithms are suggesting, and we're in a retracement from that. So is the NASDAQ done falling for now? And is the rally alert going to play out? It's hard to say because the market is not pulse waving positive. The NASDAQ is actually pulse waving negative. So this is really an interesting chart and an interesting setup. So this one is just really interesting to see what it's going to do. That's all I got to say. The inverse oil ETF, Doug, has a rally alert, but look at your pulse wave price trigger, which is quite away from the market. So even though the market may close on an up bar today, this is definitely not saying to buy it. It's just saying that you probably want to be careful with the shorts. All right. And if you look at where your stop is, if you were going to sell this short, that should tell you everything you need to know as far as how this market is moving. All right, looking at the silver futures, rally alert there too. That one's going to have to be watched because that's not so far away from the market, that buy entry point. GLD, same thing. GLD is a little bit away though, so I don't know. Again, gold futures being down the way they are now, I think that's a small chance of being triggered today. GDX and GDXJ have rally alerts. GDXJ is possible, and the GDX has possibilities there too. And then, of course, again, this depends on how the oil is going to play itself out. All right, so let's look at the SQQQ, because if you're like me, and you probably held it over the weekend, especially with the uncertainty of this referendum, just in case something happened and the market opened up down. Well, the market did open up down and stayed down for quite a while, and now it's kind of rallying now. At least the Dow is. The NASDAQ really is not all that impressive right now. The S&P just made it back above 2,200. I don't know. It's just still up in the air as to what is going to take place. Overall, the markets have been ignoring this whole referendum thing. So I don't know. Take a look, though, where the stop is this morning for the SQQQ, and take a look at where the next pulse wave buy trigger is. Now, currently in the pre-market, we're pretty much there right now. The SQQQ has hit a low of 1401. All right, that's where it's currently trading at now, at 1401, and actually hit 14 even. So we've seen a high of 1405 and a low of 1401 in the SQQQ. So in the pre-market, that's all that's translated to with the based on what the futures have done. So that's not that all impressive, but just look what the stop loss is for the day for that too. So it's a strong possibility that we will be stopped out of the excuse me, the SQQQ, and we'll be watching that one to see what may develop. There is a crash alert in the SQQQ, but that's happening within the midst of a swing trade under the positive momentum, which you know swing trades equal locked in positive momentum with the positive swing VIX. So that's a pretty powerful signal. So that means any pullback in the SQQQ may be short-lived. And on the opposite side of that, what that's saying is any upward move or rally today in the NASDAQ 100 futures may be short-lived and could be a bounce off of the prior day's pullback. So very interesting things to look at this morning in these markets to see what's going to play out. And we'll just have to wait and see. It could be a boring Monday, but then again, you never know. All right, so with that said, just remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. See you in the trading room.